Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. This video is very important. This video is about the father of the modern Zionist movement, which people often refer to as the political Zionist movement. They're basically one and the same. His name is Theodore Herzl. Now, who was he? Was he a brilliant philosopher? No. Was he a very insightful scientist? No. Was he a martial artist or a very holy man? No. He was a journalist and a playwright. You can't make this up. Dionysus is a deity of the theater, right? And playwrights, and Hollywood directors, and Hollywood thinking. And there's a strong connection between the European elite and the Jewish elite in Hollywood and the media and social media. The guy was a journalist and a playwright. Now, some people think I should respect him. They've massacred, or rather show him respect, mind you. They've massacred children in the name of the philosophy that comes from somebody who was a playwright. Now, when you look at the screen, you might say, well, what are these pictures you're comparing them to? I started with the penguin, and at some point there's a depiction of Lucifer, and eventually I worked my way to depictions of a serial killer and people who got together to lynch somebody. What does a serial killer have in common with a bunch of people that got together to lynch someone and a playwright? They're all sick sons of bitches who the world was better off without. But more importantly, perhaps, they're into the occult. Right? The person who was the serial killer had the pentagram on his forehead. And the people who were lynching the person, they were doing things in a hidden way. Their reasons were hidden. There isn't a long explanation as to why they lynched people when we look into these pictures. So they were occultists in social clubs, secret societies, what have you. They're in the groups like the Knights of Malta, the Freemasons. They were in law enforcement. They're in groups that have a secret agenda behind the scenes and keep things to themselves, and they do investigations, and they social engineer. And they try to control who's socializing with who, right? Stay away from the white girls. Where Theodore Herzl was saying, stay away from all the hot chicks, especially if they're Jewish, because he believed in putting on a show with the European elite, with the Freemasons, with other groups that are clearly interested in putting on a show. Now, some of you might say, why the Freemasons? How do you know? Well, have you heard the phrase, a checkered past? And I don't think this is funny. It's easier for me to say this right now because they're fuming and poisoning me. And I'm making sure that information is accurate. Okay, they're the ones doing it in a way that's a little funny. But my brain focuses on making sure I do God's work, and they do funny stuff because there's a lot going on in the brain. Now you might say, oh, that means he's crazy or something. He says they're hacking his brain. Well, 1 + 1 still equals 2, and 2 + 2 + 2 still equals 6. And the Freemasons still put on one of their sites, and it's been verified by other Freemasons, okay, Hamilton District Masons.org, that the checkered floor of Freemasonry means that there's some evil sons of bitches. Bear with me. Today, it is one of Freemasonry's most recognizable symbols and is the ritualistic floor of all Masonic lodges. The ritualistic floor. The what? The ritualistic, right? Like a movie, a play, a ritual. Right? Movies are like, they're very similar to rituals. Think about it. They kind of dress up. They go through the motions of doing things, what have you. They channel deities. The pavement, right? Pavement, meaning mind as a mentality. P-Av, right? Penis Av, meant. If you don't believe me, ask a bunch of occultists, is the area on which initiations occur and is emblematic of human life, checkered with good and evil. Now hold on a second here. If you're building lodges and you are imitating structures in those rooms, then that represents the foundation of those structures, which are checkered with good and evil, Now, God separated the dark from the light. God, in Isaiah, sought to purge the dross from the Jews. So why are you trying to build on good and evil? You mean, and I've been saying this for years, the white actually stands for Luciferian light, fake good, right? Lucifer likes to parade like he's an angel of light, and the dark does stand for evil. So think about Lucifer depicted as an angel of light, and think about Lucifer as an ugly demon. That's what the checkered force stands for. And you know them by their fruit. Look at enough Masons pictures, you'll see, especially the older ones, they'll look like Skull and Bones or something. You know, the old Skull and Bones pictures with that kind of occult look on their face, that Theodore Herzl look on their face. Yeah, because they worship the fucking devil by their actions. Now, if they disagree, feel free to, debate me. Wait, you'd rather go behind our backs and become politicians and police officers and mayors, and so on and so forth? Obviously, mayors are politicians. They're making it harder for me to talk. You'd rather do that behind our fucking backs and say, well, just take our word for it after you've created such a corrupt political system with your allies behind the scenes. I call fucking bullshit.